This will be small change compared to the value of what we're gonna learn on this trip.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most brilliant and cleverly planted clues and subtle hints in our favorite animated flicks. Since plot points will be discussed, this is your spoiler warning. Number 10. Dolores' Prophecy. Encanto. Let's just remind ourselves of Bruno's prophecy for Dolores.
On his way. Told me that the man of my dreams would be just out of reach, betrothed to another.
But wait, doesn't she essentially end up with Mariano by the end? So was Bruno wrong? Well, no. Bruno told her that her dream guy would be betrothed to another. He never said anything about them actually tying the knot.
Isabella, most graceful of all madrigals.
You're doing great.
Don't take our word for it, co-director Jared Bush even confirmed it. Incidentally, Bruno was also right about Isabella soon having the life of her dreams, though not quite as many of us, Isabella included, expected. Finally, Dolores knew that Bruno had never left the casita. If you were paying close attention while she was singing to Mirabel about their uncle, you might have too.
Grew to live in fear, Bruno stuttering or stumbling. I can always hear him sort of muttering and mumbling. I associate him with the sound of falling sand.
Number 9. The Bakery Sign. Puss in Boots. The Last Wish. In the movie's opening scene, Puss's party gets interrupted by a giant attack.
I'm flying!
No! You are not flying! I will save you! Save me! If it's convenient!
Much like a Splinter, Puss is smart but mighty during his valiant battle. But the invader fights back, sending our hero flying into a shop sign.
Spanish Splinter!
Now, you'd have to have superhuman vision or quick enough reflexes to pause the movie at just the right moment to catch the significance of the sign he slams into. If you look closely, what do you see? A J, an H, and a pie hovering over a thumb and a plum. Remind you of any nursery rhymes you might have heard growing up? Now, remind us, who is one of Puss's greatest antagonists in this movie?
I hate talking fairy tales. Animals!
Number 8. Dr. Olivia Octavias' reveal. Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. Who doesn't love a good villain reveal? When we first meet Dr. Olivia Octavias, she's sweet, quirky, and a little spacey. But overall, she's a brilliant scientist.
Okay, I'm kind of freaking out right now. I mean, you're supposed to be dead.
Surprise! Oh, okay, that's a no-no. We don't like that.
At first, we're led to believe she's an ally to our protagonists. But hey, this doctor is really into her octagons, right? Even her face seems to be octagonal. Sure enough, when Dr. Octavias reveals her true identity as Doc Ock, suddenly all those octagons make perfect sense.
And I, for one, can't wait to watch.
What did you say your name was?
Dr. Olivia Octavias.
Can I assume that your friends call you Doc Ock?
My friends actually call me Liv. My enemies call me Doc Ock.
The clues were there all along. While we're in the Spider-Verse, how about how Gwen calms Miles when his fingers get stuck in her hair? Seems reminiscent of when Peter Parker later teaches him to get out of sticky situations.
What are you doing, bud? I can't move! Okay, relax your fingers. We don't have time. Just let go. Be in the moment.
I am in the moment. It's a terrible moment.
Number 7. Beware the Frozen Heart. Frozen. There's more to Frozen's catchy soundtrack than meets the ear. For instance, did you pick up on the subtle clues in Love is an Open Door that suggest Hans and Anna may not be as in sync as we initially thought? How about how the entire plot is essentially revealed in the opening number? Let's start with the most obvious part.
Split the ice apart and break the frozen heart.
Yep, that frozen heart seemingly foreshadows the movie's climax. Also,
Beautiful, powerful, dangerous. Oh, ice has a magic and be controlled.
Appears to hint at Elsa's powers and how she must learn to control them. Lyrics like,
Cut through the heart, cold and clear. Strike for love and strike for fear.
may refer to the 2 instances when Elsa unintentionally strikes Anna with ice. Also, Arendelle's ice harvesters told us to let it go long before Elsa did.
What is that? Let it go! What is that? Let it go!
Number 6. The Crimson Paw, the bad guys. How many rewatches did it take before you realized you'd been outfoxed by the film's creators and missed all the signs about Crimson Paw's true identity? For example, why does a state governor have a collection of self-made gadgets or an underground lair? Why is she so adept with her hands? Also, she sure seems to have quite a detailed analysis of the gang's heists and how their minds were.
Huey Legacy there cementing his life in prison. Did you see their last job? Ugh, unsecured exits, crude disguises, compulsive showboating. I mean, it was a mess.
Not to mention, she's a little too good at foreshadowing their moves, don't you think? Ultimately, her arrogance gets the better of her, and the gang is still able to outmaneuver her. It also leads to her being caught red-handed, or Crimson Pawed, if you will.
Well, well, well. If it isn't my prize pupil. And you've brought along the governor. Or should I say, the Crimson Paw.
Number 5. All the llamas and other animals. The Emperor's New Groove. The film made no secret of its titular character's fate in the movie. And no, we're not talking about movie posters, trailers, or VHS cases. We're also not talking about that llama-shaped plant during that transformative dinner scene either.
I mean, it might be difficult for someone of your age, adjusting to life in the private sector. Hey, Kronk, can you top me off, pal? Be a friend?
Remember when Kuzco introduces his story and asks for a narrative rewind, and we get a glimpse into his childhood? At first, it seems like nothing more than a humorous tangent that reveals more about our spoiled protagonist.
All right, now see, that's a little too far back.
Oh, look at me. That's me as a baby.
All right, let's move ahead.
Now, let's take a closer look at his toy stash. The rocking llama kind of looks familiar, huh? But wait, there's more. Spot the parrot and whale. Kuzco morphs into those creatures too before returning to his human form.
We're not getting anywhere with you picking the vials. I'm picking the next one.
Fine by me.
Give me that one. Don't you say a word.
Number 4. The Frog King, Shrek 2. In the Shrek sequel, we learned that Fiona wasn't the only one croaking under the weight of green secrets in her family pond. Even more riveting is that the clues about the king's former form were subtle but present.
He croaked.
Harold? Dad?
I'd hoped you'd never see me like this.
Firstly, let's take a quick look around the royal bedroom. They've sure gone hard on the green decor, haven't they? They also seem pretty fond of lilies, from that portrait beside their bed to the bed frame's embellishments. We even learn that the couple's first dates entailed a stroll by a lily pond.
Don't you remember when we were young and, we used to walk down by the lily pond and they were in bloom?
Our first kiss.
Yet the funniest moment of foreshadowing comes from a frog at the poison apple, who finds the king rather familiar.
Do I know you?
No, you must be mistaking me for someone else.
Number 3. Rourke reveals his true intentions. Atlantis, the Lost Empire. When we first met Commander Rourke, we had no reason to believe he was anything more than a trustworthy and capable leader.
Well, your granddad always believed you couldn't put a price on the pursuit of knowledge.
Well, believe me, this will be small change compared to the value of what we're gonna learn on this trip.
Yes, this should be enriching for all of us.
That only made it more shocking when he eventually revealed his true colors. Not only was he the one who ripped out that page from Milo's book, but he also only agreed to head up the expedition just so that he could steal the ancient Atlantean crystal for his own personal gain.
The heart of Atlantis.
Yeah, about that. I would have told you sooner, but it was strictly on a need-to-know basis, and, well, now you know.
Looking back at Rourke and Milo's first meeting, the commander's intentions are more transparent than we realized. Maybe if we'd taken his talk of enriching more literally, we would have seen through this facade sooner.
You don't know what you're tampering with, Rourke.
What's to know? It's big, it's shiny, it's gonna make us all rich.
Number 2. The Lightning Bolt, Coraline. We hope you have a nightlight because these foreshadowing details are spine-chilling. Firstly, listen closely to the song the other father sings to Coraline.
She's as cute as a button in the eyes of everyone who ever laid their eyes on Coraline.
He straight up tells us about the button for eyes plan. Also, remember when Miss Spink and Miss Forcible read Coraline's tea leaves? They predict danger ahead but are unable to agree on what they see.
You're holding it wrong. See? Danger!
What do you see?
I see a very peculiar hand.
I see a giraffe.
Turns out they're both right. Have you seen the other mother in her true form? Speaking of creepy looking hands, before Coraline learns the truth about the other world, a lightning bolt eerily resembling a hand strikes. Not just any hand, but the other mother's hand as she makes a grab for Coraline during her nightmarish transformation reveal. It's enough to give anyone sleepless nights.
1, 2, 3! What are you doing?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Judge Frollo destroys Quasimodo's Paris model, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Frollo's actions mirror his fate after he tries to take hold of the cathedral and burn Esmeralda.
But I know all Paris is burning because of you.
She was kind to me, Master.
You idiot! That wasn't kindness, it was cunning!
Striking a match. Mulan. We're told one way to bring honor to your family is by striking a good match. Well, they didn't specify what kind of match, did they?
Ping, you are the craziest man I've ever met. And for that, I owe you my life.
Wilbur meets Franny. Meet the Robinsons. It's an unforgettable meet cute.
My frogs are getting away!
Rugs to the rescue. Aladdin. Ever noticed how in one jump ahead, Aladdin makes his grand escape on a not-so-magic carpet?
Here goes. Better throw my hand in. Wish me happy landing. All I gotta do is jump!
You're a beast. Brave. If Merida thought Queen Eleanor was unbearable now, little did she know what she'd have to bear with soon.
Well, I'm not going to be like you.
Oh, you're acting like a child.
And you're a beast. That's what you are.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. No capes. The Incredibles. Incredibles 2 caught us off guard by hiding their villain in plain sight, using her name as a major clue.
Not to break up a tender moment, but where are we? Is this DevTech's ship?
Evelyn Dever controls the screenslaver, and until a second ago, us.
However, we're giving this one to the iconic Edna Mode. When Mr. Incredible comes to her for a new suit, he pitches some ideas, one of which she strongly rejects.
Dramatic.
Yeah.
Heroic.
Yeah, something classic, like Dyna Guy. Oh, he had a great look. Oh, the cape and the boots.
No capes.
She cites superheroes who met their ends due to capes, notably Stratigale, whose cape got caught in a jet turbine, consequently pulling her in. Perhaps if Syndrome had brushed up on his superhero history, he would have decided against accessorizing with a cape. However, since he didn't, he meets a fate similar to Stratigale's during the film's climax. Now, that's some pretty incredible foreshadowing.
No capes!
Which hint or subtle detail in your favorite animated movie made your jaw drop? We're foreshadowing you'll share them in the comments.
Yes, this should be enriching for all of us.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.